Hey everyone, today I'll show you how to make a wooden cross pendant by hand, step by step. I'll be making this cross from pear wood. It's a great choice for beginners. If you're looking for wood, knife handle blocks or knife scale blanks work really well and are easy to find. They're usually around 8 to 10 millimeters thick, which is perfect for this project. This will be a simple cross pendant about 4 centimeters tall. Now let's transfer the design onto the wood blank. Accuracy is important here because even a small mistake can make the cross look uneven. Now it's time to cut out the cross. I'm using a bandsaw, but if you don't have one, a coping saw or a jeweler's saw will work just fine. Let me show you how it's done. Of course, this tool makes the job much faster and easier. To smooth the edges and refine the shape, I'm using needle files. They're designed for metalworking, but they work great for shaping small wooden pieces like this. They come in different shapes, so feel free to experiment and find what works best for you. I like to refine my work as much as possible, so I finish it off with 400 grit sandpaper for a smooth, clean surface. The last step is sanding the front and back surfaces. I'm using 240 or 320 grit sandpaper. I want to keep this project simple so anyone can try it. I'll start by carving a border around the outline, then add a simple recessed cross in the center. Before we start carving, a quick look at the knife I'm using. I made it myself, and it's become my favorite carving knife. It has a blade about 2 centimeters long and angled at roughly 45 degrees. But don't worry too much about the exact shape. Try different knives and see what feels comfortable for you. Pear wood is great for carving straight lines because it typically has a very even grain. Hold the knife at a slight angle rather than straight up and down. As you carve, pay attention to how the blade moves with and across the grain. This will help you understand how much pressure to use. I think the back is a great place for a meaningful inscription, so I'll carve a reference to Psalm 23. The letters are carved using the same technique. Start by cutting along the outline, then make a second cut from the other side to form a clean V-shaped groove. For the hole, I'm using a rotary tool. First, I drill a pilot hole with a 1.5 millimeter bit, then widen it with a 2.2 millimeter burr to fit a 2 millimeter cord. Now that everything is done, I like to soften all the sharp edges and corners using 600 grit sandpaper. It gives the cross a smoother, more comfortable feel. You can leave the wood in its natural color, but I want to give it an aged look. I'll apply a wood stain and then lightly sand it back to bring out the grain. I'm using a water-based stain, but a solvent-based one will work as well. Now, we'll let the stain dry completely before moving on to the next step. Here, I'm also using 600 grit sandpaper. To protect the cross and give the wood a richer color, you can use boiled linseed oil, Danish oil, or various oil and wax finishes. I'll be using an oil and wax blend and applying it with a brush. Let the wood absorb the finish for about 2 minutes, then wipe off the excess with a cloth. Now just leave it to dry for about 24 hours and the cross is ready. It's time to add the cord and turn this into a wearable necklace. I'm using a 2mm braided polyester cord. Tell me in the comments what you've created with your own hands. We'll pick the most interesting comment and give this cross to the winner.